I got secret that nobody knows.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sport Breaks. Of course, I am your host, Dante Washington, back with you guys and gals for another episode. And as always, before we get started, make sure that you are subscribed to Sport Breaks on Spotify or wherever you're getting your podcasting from. Also, make sure that you are downloading Sport Breaks on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasting from. Also, make sure that you are subscribed and liking Sport Breaks on all social media platforms. Of course, I am currently live here on TikTok. I am also on X. I am on Facebook. I am on YouTube. Make sure that you check here on TikTok. Click the Linktree app. And it will take you directly everywhere where I need you to go to. You can find every site that I'm on by my link tree. Again, all of this is free. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the hearts. And if you're feeling real froggy, drop a rose right here for me. It definitely helps the situation at hand. Period. All right. Let's go. Of course, just like the title, today is my NFL mock draft 1.5. It sounds like what it sounds like. I started off, of course, with my 0.5 for all you chronic smokers. Y'all know what I mean when I say 0.5. But this is my third installment of my mock draft. I've been tinkering with this all like for the last hour. I'm not gonna lie to you and say all day, but for the last hour or so, myself, I need to give my credit where the credit is due. NFL mock draft database.com is the thing that I'm using. It is my engine that gives me my mock draft. If you want to, definitely look that up. NFL mock draft database.com. Go there. You can tinker with it. You can definitely pick whatever team that you like, whether you like the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Browns, the Bengals, the Steelers. It does not matter. You can pick your team's draft all the way through the whole draft, every last round from the first to the seventh. All right, so I've been tinkering with this, like I said, for about an hour. And I mean, it has spit out some different things, from Caleb Williams going number one, from Caleb Williams slipping all the way down to like 8th, 9th, 10th. It was crazy. But the latest one that I have ran, I am going to go with that one because to me, it fits the bill. If you haven't noticed as well, the combine is going on, of course. A few players that are absent from the combine, and the NFL draft mock draft database that I am using, it's putting all of that in there, and it's taking all of that into consideration. So when I spit out this draft, I hope that you and your favorite team got who you needed to get. Of course, I will analyze a few players here and there. I definitely will not be talking your head off all day about it. But if you are on here and you're in the comment, hit me up. Fam, Cuz Rod, I seen you. What up, what's going on? I'm waiting on you whenever you're ready. Yeah. And I got to hit the sun. I got to hit Cuz up, man. Hit Rod up and see what's going on. Get that interview going. But yeah, definitely leave me a comment if you hear your team not drafting who you think you should draft, or if you feel like your teams would be ready to do something different. They want to trade up or they want to trade out their spot. The Patriots are good for that. So yeah, come on with it. All right. First and foremost, again, I'm going to look at what's going on with the combine. Again, if you have not tuned into the combine, definitely look up the combine. It is going on. It will be going on until I think tomorrow, if I am not mistaken. But it is some blazers out there, man, like for real. But at the combine, one of the most notable quarterbacks that was there is JJ McCarthy. He is looking to go in the first round. Will he go in the first round? We don't know. But he looked damn good throwing the ball. So he got some nice reps in. Footwork had looked good. Ball placements was there. Period. JJ McCarthy looks the part, and I'll be honest, I did not give him as much credit as I should, being that and he only lost one game in college. Ain't that crazy? Real crazy as a starter. But nonetheless, of course, we had some burners going with their 40 times. Adonai Mitchell is definitely a burner. 4.35 guy, Texas wide receiver, looking to go in the first round as well. Luke McCaffrey, of course, the youngest of the McCaffrey tree. Yes, he is Christian McCaffrey's little brother. He is a wide receiver out of Rice. He ran a smooth 4.47, not bad. Of course, he has the ability to get better, get faster. Another notable name at quarterback that you may need to pay attention to if your team is in need of a quarterback and they're looking to get one in those later rounds. Sam Hartman, yes, that seemed like the man who didn't want to graduate college from Wake Forest up to the new college where he was at. Had a heck of a time in both spots. With the Notre Dame, did pretty well. Ran a 4.8 40. Not bad for a quarterback. Period. But looking at one of the best times 40 wise that was had all season long, well, not season long, but all combine long. The cat from Clemson, he had a blistering 40 time, and it was crazy. I seen the viral look of how the Clemson faithful showed him love down here in South Carolina. Nate Wiggins, he definitely is probably the top cornerback in this year's draft. But we'll see where he falls to. He ran a smooth 4.29 40. Was moving. A track guy myself, a 4.29 is nothing slight at all. So with that being said, let's get along into this mock draft. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Of course, Chicago Bears will be picking number 1. And I'll be honest, I'm not sold on Caleb Williams. If you look at his time in Oklahoma, you look at his time in USC, it's easy to look at the throws, look at the running when you're winning, but look at those games that Oklahoma lost. Look at those games that USC lost. USC looked bad this year to me. And I'll be honest, he won the Heisman the year before. Okay. Period. But with the weapons that USC had, a few receivers definitely will be drafted this year. A few young cats will be back this year. But if you look at what USC had and look at what Caleb Williams did, to me, I'm going. Like I said, if you've been looking, if you've been watching, I'm going to tell you right now, Caleb Williams will not be good this first year. If Chicago drafts Caleb Williams and lets go Justin Fields, I think that will be the worst thing for them. And of course, if you can't tell, They play in my division, so yeah, it ain't gonna be easy. Period. But I just don't see Caleb Williams being that great. You look at what Jaden Daniels did. You look at what even Sam Hartford. You look at all the other different quarterbacks that's literally here in this draft this past year. Michael Penix. Michael Penix was a doozy this year. I don't see Caleb Williams being that guy. I'm just being honest. But with no further ado, Caleb Williams is going to be the first pick. Yes, indeed. The Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams, quarterback from out of USC. Of course, he is a former Heisman Trophy winner. His stats are definitely there. But I just, again, I'm real bad, and I'm on the back of his neck about how he handles pressure. 1, 2, I want to see how he makes his reads going there. Period. I don't, and Chicago is definitely not the place to go if you want to understand what Chicago does. Chicago had Justin Fields, who is definitely one of the better quarterbacks, young quarterbacks in the league, but they did not suit their offense for Justin Fields. Period. What makes you think they're going to make their offense go around Caleb Williams? If you have my opinion, keep Justin Fields. You got DJ Moore. Why not draft Marvin Harrison? Why not go spend that money, because you got the cap space to go get Austin Eckler, Tony Pollard to go along with the back that you already have and make it a 1-2 punch. Plus you have a decent enough tight end in Cole Kmet. But I guess that's why they're making millions, and I'm at the house talking to y'all. I don't know. But it is my opinion. And hey, true to the fact, I had a mock that I did because I selected Joe Milton because I like Joe Milton real, like seriously. Joe Milton has a cannon for 6'3", 6'4", way sleeper. So yeah, great call. All right, number 2 pick is going to be done by the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders are definitely in need of a quarterback. I say that, but their quarterback from last year led the NFL in passing for at least 8 to 10 weeks. But they still need a quarterback. You have a plethora of receivers, young, Terry McLaurin being the leader of that group. You have a free agent, and I forgot the young cat name. I spoke on him the other day that he's a receiver for them. I think Samuels or whatever his name is, that they have to sign back. But this pick right here, you got a new offensive coordinator coming in, a new ownership group. This has to be a quarterback, and with the second pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, the Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels, quarterback from LSU. Of course, there's not nothing that we can't say about Jaden Daniels. Of course, Jaden Daniels, this year's Heisman Trophy winner, pushing over 3,000 yards passing, and as well probably over 1,000 yards rushing. You look at his receiver group that he had at LSU, and the likes of Malik Nimbers. My God, he had one or two other receivers that was there. I can't think of the names right now, but definitely Malik Nimbers is a definite number 1 guy who will be getting drafted probably sooner than not. So Jaden Daniels at this spot for the Commanders seems like a great fit to me. He has command of the ball. You can't blitz him. And when you do decide to blitz him, if he decides to pull it down, bye-bye. To me, he is a new up-to-dated type of running quarterback, but don't mistake the running part. He would rather throw the ball downfield, I assure you. And with the receivers that they have in Washington, I don't see why he won't be able to do that. With the third pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, the New England Patriots select Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr., again, is probably the best receiver out, period. Of course, last year he had CJ Stroud. His numbers was ridiculous. This year without CJ Stroud, his numbers still was ridiculous. So he makes a perfect go for the Patriots. The one knock on this pick I have is, are they keeping their trust in Mac Jones at quarterback, or are they going to try to figure something else out and get a quarterback that can get this receiver the ball, because he is a showstopper, period. With the fourth pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, the Arizona Cardinals select Malik Nembers, wide receiver, LSU. I just spoke on his quarterback, Jaden Daniels. Malik Nembers is a savant. If you do not know who Malik Nembers is, I need you to go look up his stats from this past year. Go look up the video from this past year, and you will understand what I mean by savant. Malik Nembers, of course, LSU star receiver, over 3,000 yards as a career. That is a school record. Yes, I said a school record, and we know some notable names that has played there, such as Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. This guy he is one of them dudes. So again, the Arizona Cardinals get another weapon, because in free agency, I think they have one receiver that is not sure if he will return or not. But they get another weapon for Kyler Murray to throw to. With the fifth pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, the Los Angeles Chargers select Joe Alt, offensive tackle from Notre Dame. I don't know much about this offensive tackle, but I assure you he is the top rated offensive tackle for a reason. And let's just be real, the Chargers need more on the offensive line, given the fact that their star quarterback was injured this past year and was out for the rest of the season. He definitely needs the protection. But they have other holes that they need to fill as well, and I'm pretty sure they will do that in the later rounds. They have one notable key free agent to deal with, and of course it is Austin Eckler. But on the other side of that as well, what do they need to do with Mike Williams? Are they going to let Mike Williams go? Because I have not seen Mike Williams in about 2.5 years, period. So this pick is definitely to protect the franchise. But what are they going to do moving forward free agency wise? With the sixth pick in this NFL mock draft 1.5, the New York Giants select Rome Odunze, wide receiver from Washington. Another stud receiver, of course. You got to know Odunze up close and personal. And for you young receivers that's on here, my goodness, please pull up Rome Odunze and how he does work. He catches with his hands, great route running, period. And once he gets the ball, it's not an arm tackle that's going to bring him down. So this is another great pick to me, again, with the Giants. But question marks are, of course, what do you do with Jones? Are you going to sign Saquon back? Because now you've just added another young receiver to go with Jalen Hyatt from last year, and a vet in Slayton, excuse me. So this is a good pick by the Giants, but what do you do going forward with your quarterback? With the 7th pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, the Tennessee Titans select, and I'm fit to fuck up his name, Alumuwa Fasuha, offensive tackle, Penn State. Now he is definitely one of the guys that I actually saw. Again, second best offensive tackle behind Joe Alt. So this is another move to protect their young, new up and coming quarterback, because hey, Derrick Henry is leaving the building. With the 8th pick in this year's NFL mock draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Drake May, quarterback from North Carolina. This is another quarterback that I'm not sure of. Despite not having the weapons that he should have had in North Carolina this past year, Drake May still put up some decent enough numbers. He did okay rushing the ball. But my one thing with Atlanta taking him this high up is simply essential. If you pick him in the top 10, you are saying he should be starting. And of course, Atlanta's quarterback situation is totally different. But you look at the weapons, of course, you look at the weapons. You look at the running back that sits behind there. You look at the tight end / receiver that they have, my boy from Florida. I think this pick is a decent enough pick. I'm just not sure if Atlanta could have not moved back and gained some more luggage and then make this pick. But that's just me. With the 9th pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, the Chicago Bears are back on the clock, and they choose Gerard Versey, edge rusher from Florida State. Great pick. Gerard Versey is a man amongst men. He will definitely go good on the opposite side of what's his face? I can't think of his name, but they got him from Washington. They let go both of them from Washington, but he will definitely do okay on Chicago's defense, and they are definitely trying to bolster that side of the ball now. So I can see this. With the 10th pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, the New York Jets select Brock Bowers, tight end, Georgia. I don't want to speak his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't want to speak his name. Quarterback for the Jets. This is a good pick for him. Of course, they have a decent enough receiving core. They have one of the better running backs in the league that is young. So this pick, if they make this pick, wow, their offense is going to go silly. Cause I Brock Bowers in Indy, with Taylor coming back off a fresh mindset. My question for the Colts could be definitely who they're gonna have at quarterback though. Moving on with the 11th pick in this year's NFL Mock Draft 1.5, the Minnesota Vikings select Latu, edge rusher from UCLA. With the 12th pick in this year's NFL Mock Draft 1.5, the Denver Broncos select Dallas Turner, edge from out of Alabama. Denver has, of course, the best cornerback in the league in Patrick Surtain. We can argue about that whenever you want to. So this edge rusher from Alabama is a far cry for them. Of course, they have two young studs at receiver, but I think Denver should have went some type of quarterback here. It's my opinion. If you're going to let go Russell Wilson, you're going to need somebody to throw the ball to somebody. I'm just saying. With the 13th pick in this year's NFL Mock Draft 1.5, the Las Vegas Raiders select Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback, Toledo. With the 14th pick in this year's NFL Mock Draft 1.5, the New Orleans Saints select Taliza Funga, offensive tackle, Oregon State. With the 15th pick in this year's NFL Mock Draft 1.5, the Indianapolis Colts select, drumroll, Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback, Alabama. Listen, the Colts defense is legit. Without the fact of the matter, they have one offensive weapon that they need to make sure is good, and that is their all-world receiver, period, point blank. I think Jonathan Taylor is under contract, if I am not mistaken. So this defensive pick is exactly what they need, period. I think Kool-Aid McKinstry is the top lockdown corner there is this year coming out of college. So with that being said, this is a definite great pick. Indianapolis Colts select Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback, Alabama. I think they definitely need to lock up Pittman sooner than later. And this pick is almost like an insurance pick, because that defense was legit enough as it is. And now you add a lockdown corner, you add somebody that's impactful in the return game as well. So the Colts just got a tad bit better. With the 16th pick in this year's NFL Mock Draft 1.5, the Seattle Seahawks select J.C. Latham, offensive tackle, Alabama. Again, I've been to Lumen Field. It is a great place, and this offensive tackle, again, is a great pick because, of course, Geno Smith would definitely need that protection. I just think they need to figure out their identity. Do you want to be a super running team, or do you want to be a chunk it all over the place team? And also making sure that their two wide receivers are okay. Period. Yeah, that definitely won't hurt the Colts at all. He can return the ball. He can play lockdown. He definitely can play. He can play down. He can play nickel. He definitely can play man to man. And the fact that he's like 6'1", a hot 210. It's that bodes well, and then he get to go against Michael Pittman in practice every day, so he getting a strong arm on. Period. With the 17th pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver, LSU. This is the second guy that I was speaking on about LSU with their receiving core. If Malik Nimmers is 1A, he is definitely 1B. Footwork second to none. Period. Catch radius is crazy. Listen, LSU had 2 number 1 receivers, and it was pick your poison when you played them. Period, point blank, and let alone at the running back that they had behind there. So Brian Thomas Jr. going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. To me, Jacksonville, of course, Christian Kirk signed in. They have so many receivers, but they have one free agent, and he could possibly be leaving. But I think he would stay or needs to stay. But of course, the biggest question mark for Jacksonville is what Trevor Lawrence are you going to get? Are you going to get that Trevor Lawrence that is a pinpoint passer, dropping dimes everywhere, or that had that comeback win against the Chargers in the playoffs? Or are you going to get that Trevor Lawrence that seems like a deer in the headlights at this stage of his career? I don't know. But this pick, Brian Thomas Jr., is a legit pick. To pair him with Christian Kirk on the other side is going to be something serious. With the 18th pick, the Cincinnati Bengals select Amaris Mims, offensive tackle, Georgia. Another offensive tackle. Again, definitely need to protect the franchise and Joe Burrow. With the 19th pick, the Los Angeles Rams select Nate Wiggins, cornerback from Clemson. After he ran that sub 4.3, I don't mind this pick at all. Period. Period. Point blank. Yep. And that's the whole question with Jacksonville. Will they keep Ridley? Period. With the 20th NFL mock draft 1.5, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Cooper DeJean, cornerback, Iowa.
Good pick.
I can see them doing that. They went Porter Jr. last year in the first round. And of course, the Steel City is always about defense. So they went defense, and I can understand it. Are they going to be all out in trying to get Russell Wilson? Are they going to try to get my man from Chicago?
I think it gonna be
Because the situation that they have in Pittsburgh is not it at all.
Yeah, I think Wilson gonna be the pick.
With the 21st pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, the Miami Dolphins select Jackson Powers Johnson, outside linebacker from Oregon. I don't mind Miami going defense. Like, offensively, they should be good, period. 22nd pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5. The Philadelphia Eagles select Teron Arnold, cornerback, Alabama. I guess the Eagles said, after the year that they had with Jalen Hurts being hampered a lot of this past season, a lot of defensive defenders left. and they actually have one or two that is on that free agent list this year as well. Again, if you have been checking me out, I spoke on a few free agents on my last episode. So definitely make sure that you are subscribed to Sport Breaks on Spotify or wherever you're getting your podcasting from. Make sure that you got that download on. So anytime I drop that audio on there, it automatically downloads to your archives. Also, make sure that you are following and subscribe to Sport Breaks on all social media platforms. Like I said, I'm right here, right now, live in your building, live on your screen, live at your kitchen, live at your job, on TikTok. Hit that link tree on my page, and it will take you to the various sites to where you can subscribe and like. You can listen, you can comment. Again, all of that is free. Period, point blank. Make sure you drop them likes. Make sure you drop them hearts. Make sure you drop comments. Make sure you send a rose if you got that to send. I appreciate the love. Period, point blank. Back to the mock draft, of course. Where we at? 23rd pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5. We have the Houston Texans selecting Jer'Zhan Newton, defensive tackle, Illinois. What can't we not say about the Houston Texans? Of course, I can see them going defense here, offense. They definitely have the quarterback of their future. They definitely have two stud receivers. I just think that they will need to pick up some type of running back, or whether they want to keep David Singletary around. He was not that bad. So yeah, Mr. Newton on the defensive line, this is definitely a help, period. With the 24th pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, everybody's Dallas Cowboys select. Oh, hold up. All the Dallas, I need anybody that's a Dallas Cowboy fan, man. Run that like right now. Period, point blank. Put hey, how about them boys in the comments or whatever, man. The Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle, Oklahoma. Of course, Dallas has a lot of things to do this offseason. Are they going to let Tony Pollard walk? Are they going to sign Tony Pollard back? Are they going to get Derrick Henry? Will Dak take a pay cut? It is almost time to pay CeeDee Lamb, who I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm a Green Bay Packer fan. I'm gonna let y'all know what it is. We did what we had to do when we went to Dallas, and we was running off on the plug twice. Shout out to Plies. But they have the best receiver in the game right now, in CeeDee Lamb. I mean, respect is due, and it is what it is. So this pick of Tyler Guyton at offensive tackle, he is the 4th or 5th rated offensive tackle in this year's draft. It is to protect Dak Prescott. But again, they have so many other holes that they need to fill. But I can see why they made this selection. Yeah, I think they should. I think they should focus on more weapons as well. But my thing is, can they pay Derrick Henry? Was Tony Pollard that bad? I don't know. I don't know. And that cat from Texas is legit. I think he's probably gonna be the steal of the draft. Period. Like, for real. Yeah. With the 25th pick, all my Packer fans stand up. Go Pack, go. I've been to Lambeau Field. If you have not been to Lambeau Field and you are a Green Bay Packer fan, like, I'm talking to y'all from my heart right now. I'm gonna be there, drop a tip. If you are a Packer fan and you have not been to Green Bay, Wisconsin, go. I ain't say not to pay your light bill. I ain't say not to pay your water bill or nothing, but go, like, for real. It is all like it's an all moment, like, for real. If you are a Green Bay Packer fan, go to Lambeau Field. It is like no other. Seriously. Yeah. I'm gonna drop a video on my page once I get done with this live from out of Green Bay. Seriously. Excuse me. But with the 25th pick in this year's NFL Mock Draft 1.5, my Green Bay Packers, 17-time world champions, 4-time Super Bowl champions, home of title town, select Ennis Rackstraw Jr., cornerback from Missouri. On some real live, like, when I first did this mock draft, I let them pick it, and when we picked him like 4 times in a row, I went and looked at the video. This cat is legit, and with the fact that defensively, to me, on our line, our D line, our D ends, our linebacker core, I feel like we solid there. I would have liked for us to go safety here, but going corner is not a bad deal. We can definitely go get a safety in the second round. And to me, he is number 2 behind Kool-Aid McKinstry, to me, as a DB. That's just from what I see. Footwork, techniques, he'll come up and make tackles, and he definitely will pick it off and get loose. And if you have not seen Missouri play this past year, Missouri in the SEC only lost like 2 straight games this past year. Defense was top notch, and he was one of their heart and soul. Period. Go Pack, go. With the 26th pick in this year's NFL Mock Draft 1.5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select. Who y'all think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would select right here? Any Buck fans on here? If a Buck fan on here, drop and say something. Again, with the 26th pick in this year's NFL Mock Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Keon Coleman, wide receiver, Florida State. I love Keon Coleman, and if I had to pick this myself, I probably wouldn't have went. I probably wouldn't have went DB. I probably would have picked Keon Coleman, the fact that he lasted this long. But Keon Coleman here for Tampa Bay is a great pick. Stud wide receiver. You match him up with Baker Mayfield, but Baker Mayfield is a free agent. Your top wide receiver there in Tampa Bay, he is a free agent as well. So you're basically drafting with anticipation of keeping Baker Mayfield, and also keeping Mike Evans in the building. If they are able to keep Mike Evans at the price that he wants, if they are able to keep Baker Mayfield with the way that he threw the ball last year, Keon Coleman, adding him to that equation is nothing short of spectacular for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Keon Coleman is that type of guy. If FSU quarterback does not go down, fam, I don't like Florida State like that either. I had a Florida State coach back in the day. That's crazy. I had a Florida State coach back in the day, but at Little Carolina, I'm a straight up and down Gamecock to the heart. But I had a Florida State coach back in the day. I remember that coach. But if Florida State's quarterback if he doesn't go down this past year, I think that they are in the college football playoff, and they literally make some type of noise, despite how Georgia did them with all the players that sat out and then transferred and NIL and all this other good stuff. But this is a great pick by Tampa Bay and Keon Coleman. With the 27th pick, the Arizona Cardinals select Damian Robinson, edge rusher, Penn State. When I saw Penn State play, I think they was playing Ohio State. This dude was the truth. This is a good pick by the Cardinals. They went Malik Nembers with their first pick of this draft earlier. I think it was the 4th pick. And to go edge rusher, Penn State, I think the Cardinals did justice by their future. With the 28th pick in this year's NFL Mock Draft 1.5, the Buffalo Bills select Byron Murphy, defensive line, Texas. This is another excellent pick. Byron Murphy was that guy. To me, matching him up with the likes of Ed Oliver already on that front 4, and then you get a healthy what's his face back on the edge. Buffalo hit it just now. Byron Murphy is definitely going to be in the conversation for defensive rookie of the year. That is a mark my word type of thing right now. I want y'all to definitely come back and look at this and say, man, hey, Peanut was right. Byron Murphy will be in the conversation for defensive rookie of the year. Watch. With the 29th pick, the Detroit Lions in this year's 1.5 mock draft select Kamari Lassiter, cornerback, Georgia. With the 30th pick in this year's NFL mock draft 1.5, the Baltimore Ravens select Troy Franklin, wide receiver, Oregon. Speed on top of speed on top of speed on top of speed. Pairing him with Lamar Jackson, pairing him with their rookie wide receiver that was there this past year, with the fact that the one player that I'm in awe of, like I want to meet Odell Beckham Jr. bad. Odell Beckham Jr. is a free agent, so this pick is almost an insurance in case Odell Beckham decides to come to Green Bay. And I happen to meet him in Green Bay and he signed my jersey and all type of stuff. With the 31st pick, the San Francisco 49ers select Graham Barton, outside linebacker, Duke. Of course, San Francisco would go defense after firing their defensive coordinator for losing the Super Bowl, which to me was horse boo-boo. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Marco on here, so yeah, but him, Gunner, they will definitely like this pick. He is a stud. Graham Barton is what I'm talking about. Going along with Fred Warner and the other linebacker that they have, putting him on the outside. He is definitely a sideline to sideline type of guy, and he will come up and put your ding-a-ling in the dirt. I have seen it. For real. Oh, we're almost to the end. We have one more pick. Of course, before we get to that one more pick, I got to plug myself in here again. Make sure that you are subscribed and downloading Sport Breaks on Spotify, wherever you're getting your podcasting from. Also, make sure that you are following and subscribe to Sport Breaks on all social media platforms. I do my lives here on TikTok, usually every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock, period. I do my mock drafts on Saturday at 6, period. I am going to start adding a few more lives in here or there. I am on Instagram. I am on Twitter. X. I am on Facebook. I need you to hit that link tree whenever you get off this live. Go to my page, hit that link tree link, and it will take you to the various websites that I am pushing the envelope on. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you listen to the content, comment wherever you wanna comment on, but make sure it's done respectively, because I give respect and I deserve it back also, period. Again, it is all free. It is all free, people. I appreciate the love, period. What call I had that was bad? Which one? Which one you talking about, for Baltimore, or you talking about for San Francisco? I'm looking to see what you say. With the 32nd pick, the last pick in the first round of this year's NFL Mock Draft 1.5, we have the world champion, the two-time bite-to-bite world champion, Kansas City Chiefs, selecting Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle, Arizona. And that will conclude the first round of this year's mock draft. Again, matter of fact, I will post this mock draft on X as soon as I am done with this live, period, point blank. So you can go check out what team that you like what team you don't like, whatever the case is. You can go check that out. Again, if you want to try one for yourself, or you want to run one, or you want to pick one, whatever team you like, you want to draft your own draft, NFLmockdraftdatabase.com is what I'm using. So definitely make sure and check them out. It is a good thing to use. I like using it. It's pretty nice. It's pretty easy to do. You can go crazy, you can go slow, you can go not so. Yeah, you can do all that. All right. Yeah, I was saying which one was a bad call. Which pick? Troy Franklin, Graham Barton, or Jordan Morgan? Whichever one. We'll get together though. Again, that is the end of the draft. I appreciate you all for watching and tuning in. Make sure that you tune in on Tuesday. I will be live in the building doing a regular show. Make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you hit Linktree on my page, and make sure you go follow and subscribe everywhere. Share this. If you are an athlete that's on here, or you got your parent that has an athlete, they want to get interviewed, hit me up on my inbox. I'm prepared to do that at will, 5, 6, 7 days a week. Yeah, real easy, real smooth. It is what it is. As always, people, if it ain't sport breaks, it ain't knowledge world. Peace.